Last week, I became overconfident and it cost me two trades. But honestly, I'm glad it happened because these two losses taught me more than a few winning trades. One thing I've slowly started to realize is losses teach you more than profits. When you take a profit, it's a winning trade. You think that you took the trade, it was a profit, and you did everything right. It is very easy to convince that you did everything right. You followed your setup, you made money, and naturally you feel you are improving, right? Losses, on the other hand, force you to look at what you did wrong. Why did I take this trade? Was it a part of my plan? Did it check every single box? Was I following my rules? And that's why failure is so important in everyone's journey. I read this quote: failure doesn't stop progress, refusing to learn from it does. And it aligns with the trading mindset because you keep failing, you keep making these losses, these mistakes, and somehow you have to learn from those mistakes and bounce back and come back stronger. Your mistakes will never stop, these losses will never stop, they are unavoidable. And in this last week, I learned very quickly that confidence can turn into overconfidence. I was on a good streak with no losses, a few break evens here and there, a small minor loss of some $20. I was making good progress, and that confidence turned into overconfidence immediately. I know August is a trappy month. I've already made a video about it. I'm literally making content about it, and I'm taking four trades in 2 days. Now, the four trades I wouldn't say were particularly bad, they were okay. The first one was really good. It was a profit. And then the next three trades, one was a good trade, and the two losses were just me being overconfident. I will show you all of the trades that I took, but let's talk about this first. The last week, there was a pattern which was repeating, and it happened a few weeks ago, and I identified it. I stopped and I journaled. I took a small break. At that point, I wasn't making any content, but y'all know that I was on an 8 trade losing streak, and I came back from that losing streak. I was down 5.5%. I made a lot of profits, and I'm now down around 3% because I made those two losses. There was this loop in which I was stuck in. That was, I make a few profits, I became confident, then it turned into overconfidence, and then I would proceed to lose some trades, then I would revenge trade because of that. And I wasn't doing this consciously, this was all happening unconsciously. I was just pressing buy and sell. E- I wanted to get in each and every move that was in the market, and I wanted to trade every single day after those losses because I wanted to make that money back. And after those series of trades, I would be down around 5, 6, or 7% on my account. And I would just say that this account is gone. I cannot make it back now. I cannot make 7% back. And then I would just take one or two trades with huge risks and blow the account completely. And this happened, I think, for two accounts back to back. And I identified this pattern. It happened to me in this account as well, the $10,000 account which I have started trading. I took a few trades in the start. I was up to 2.5%. Then I became overconfident, and then I proceeded to lose around 7%, because of which I was down around 5.5% on that account. Now I decided that I'm not going to let go of this account so easily, and I'm going to try to make it back. Then I proceeded to take a few profits again. Then I was down around 2%, which you all saw. I've documented each and every trade after that. I was down around 2%. Then I took another profit, because of which I made around $45. And then I was down 1.5%. Now here the overconfidence kicks in. The next day, 7th of August, which was Friday of the last week, I proceed to take a break even trade. Now, that break even trade was completely fine. It was all okay. For some reason, I entered the trade again. I couldn't contemplate what was going on, and that just hit my SL. And as soon as that hit my SL, I just noticed that we are in a bearish 15 minute. I should have probably gone short. And then I take a short, and that short hits SL2. I just took a step back and realized, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Why did I just take three trades? I took two losses. Of course, the loss was contained, it was $60 each loss, so I lost around $120. But why did I do that? Why couldn't I just wait patiently, just take a step back, and come back tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday? And after taking those trades, I realized that maybe I did something wrong. So the trades were particularly not wrong. They were okay. The two losses The first one was completely not okay. I would say it already hit a certain level where I had gone break even. Why would I enter again? Because it has already hit a certain level, which from where the market can reverse. That's why I go break even, right? So I entered the trade for whatever reason at that point of time. It was my mind wasn't working. I was not focused fully on the markets. And then the next trade again, shorting it immediately. I could have just stopped trading right there. But yeah, because of these losses, I identified that I was getting overconfident. I took a step back, I journaled, and I told myself that you cannot repeat this again. You are not going to go down 5 6% on your account again and then realize that you have to stop now. And I told myself that this is the point where you draw the line, you stop, and you come back stronger in the next day. And I'm glad that I lost those two trades back to back. I just know that if I had won, my confidence would have grown bigger. I will just explain you guys the four trades that I took. It will be a quick recap. It will not I will not take a lot of time because I've already explained everything in this video. Just explaining you where I entered and where I exited and why I entered and exited. So yeah, I will see you guys on the charts. So this is the screenshot right out of my journal. I will just explain you guys what I was looking at on that at day. The market open, I was looking for the market to just go down, take some liquidity out, and we can take trades for to the upside. The price action was amazing on this day. We had a lot of stacked highs above, and we also were in a key area. Now in this trade, there was an entry out of here on the 1 minute, but I actually missed that entry and I had to wait and wait and wait for the market to just go up and inverse the 3 minute. I got the entry really deep, but there were so many stacked highs. There was also Asia session highs above. There was so many confluences. SPX was actually in a great area, so I just had to enter this trade here. I kept my stop loss below the fair value gap on the 3 minute, that minor fair value gap which you can see, because I think that should just protect the low. I made around $46 in this trade, and let's get into the next trade. Now here is the trade number 1 and 2 which I took. So right at the open, as y'all can see, we had a move to the downside. There was a 15 minute, a 5 minute, a lot of confluences that we are going to go above. I wanted to long because the markets were too bullish for us to short, but there were a lot of stacked lows below too, right? I like there was a possibility that we could go down as soon as the market opened. We inverse those imbalances on the 3 minute time frame. I entered right here. This red line is the 5 minute imbalance, and I had to go break even there. The market goes up immediately, takes our break even level out. I go break even, and then the market just dumps. Now, for whatever reason, my mind says that we have to be in this trade. The market's gonna go up. Yeah, and I re enter the same trade after the 5 minute was closed. And for whatever reason, I took this trade. I became overconfident. I was just like, I know the market's gonna go up. You never know where the market's gonna go, and that's the mistake that I made. Of course, we paid for the mistake, and that was an immediate loss. We also created a 15-minute imbalance right here, and then I proceeded to short again. For whatever reason, my bias was completely for longs. Suddenly, when the market created this imbalance on the 3 minute, we inversed that. I just took a trade to the short side, and immediately in the next 3 minutes we had our stop loss. Yeah, these were the trades that I took, and of course this is how my PNL looks like for the week, and these are the executions of the trade. This is the first trade, this is the second. That will be it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye.